Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to go through all the tips and tricks I know about the muscle up. So this is going to be a complete tutorial. So all the common questions like how should I grip the bar, how wide should I grip the bar, what to do with my arms, the transition, the legs, all of it. But first I just want to thank someone for buying me a coffee. He or she didn't give their name, so I just want to say a big thank you to someone for buying me a coffee. And if you also want to support my channel and you have benefited from my muscle up tips, you can also buy me a coffee. I leave a link to my buy me a coffee page in the description below. And thank you so much guys for all your support. So let's get into the tutorial. So the first step of the muscle up, gripping the bar. How should you grip the bar? Well, there are two different ways of gripping the bar in my opinion. The first way is what I call a normal pull-up bar grip. So you can see here I'm just hanging from my fingers. I'm not thinking about anything special, just grabbing the bar, and that's it. That is the first way, the normal pull-up bar grip way. The second way is the slight overhand grip. So you're gripping the bar with your knuckles facing the sky, or your knuckles is pointing a little bit over the bar. You can see my knuckles here are pointing backwards. So the overhand grip is slightly using a little bit more of the forearm strength, but it will make the transition a little bit easier. So then you might ask, why are you not using the slight overhand grip if it makes the transition easier? Well, it all comes down to the explosiveness of your pull-up. What grip will give you the most power in your pull-up? And that can be different for each and every one of us. I feel the most explosive using this grip right here. So that gives me the most power in my pull. So when you are using this grip, the normal pull-up bar grip, you don't want your hands sticking to the bar, so you don't want any chalk. As you can see here, I'm using gloves and my hands are rotating as I am pulling up and throwing my chest over the bar, so they're not sticking to the bar. If you're choosing the slight overhand grip, I would recommend using chalk, because then you want the grip to be locked in. You don't want to lose the grip. And then using chalk really helps. But please try both of the grips out and tell me in the comments which one you prefer. Alright, so the second thing, how wide should you grip the bar? So in this muscle up right here, I'm gripping the bar like you can imagine, shoulder width apart and a little bit more. This is the way I like to grip the bar. This is where I'm the most explosive. Here it also comes down to where you feel the most explosive. Because remember, the most important thing in the muscle up is to have an explosive pull up. So use a grip width which allows you to be the most explosive. For some people that can be a little bit narrower, and for others it can be a little bit wider. So you just have to play around with the different widths and feel where you have the most powerful pull. Alright, so we covered the grip. So now we're going to speak about the swing, which is a really important part of the muscle up. So for me, this amount of swing is the perfect amount. If you're swinging too much, you're going to have a too big of a backswing and you will be too far away from the bar. We want to be as close to the bar as possible, which creates the best bar path. So we don't want to be out here and we don't want to be too close either, somewhere in between. And this amount of swing right here will create the perfect bar path. All right, so the next step is pull-up timing, also crucial. One of the most common mistakes in the beginning is pulling too early. So we are swinging, and as we start to swing back, we initiate the pull. And as you can see here, I'm pulling with my elbows facing forward. So the technique is vastly different from a normal pull-up where you're pulling your elbows to the side and back. So for the muscle up, you want to have your elbows in front of you, like this. So small swing forward. As you start to swing back, you initiate the pull. Alright, so the next step is a very important step as well, and that is the transition. When you're at this point in your muscle up, all you have to do is throw your chest aggressively over the bar, like that. So the transition is really simple. It's all about how forcefully you can throw your chest over the bar. And that's it. And then pushing up into the dip is of course the easy part. So let's watch the muscle up, but from another angle. So here I'm gripping the bar shoulder width apart a little bit more. Small swing forward. And as I'm about to swing back, I pull up with my elbows facing forward and then throwing my chest over the bar. Okay, next thing. What do you do with your core and your legs? In some of the tutorials out there, they want you to tighten your core, tighten your glutes, pointing your toes, almost pulling from a hollow body position. And it's nothing wrong with that. But my technique, what I found is really simplifying and making the muscle up easier, is doing the opposite. So I'm actually relaxing my core and my legs. So from the chest down, I'm completely relaxed. So from here, my core and legs are completely relaxed until here. And I'm not really tensing my core here, but I'm starting to throw my chest over the bar and pushing up into the dip. And for my consecutive muscle up, my second muscle up, I usually touch the bar under my chest to be able to control the descent more, because you want your muscle ups to look more or less the same each rep, which means you want the same amount of swing. So this amount of swing is almost identical to my first muscle up. And here I'm completely relaxing my core and my legs. And as I'm starting to swing back, I'm pulling up and throwing my chest over the bar and pushing up into the dip. So practice these different steps, practice this technique until you don't have to think about anything. It's just in your bones, so to speak. And then you apply the technique to the different bands. So you start with the green band for 5 reps, then the purple band for 5 reps, then the black band for 5 reps, and then eventually you will do 5 reps with the red band. And when you can do 5 reps with the red band, you will have your first bodyweight muscle up, and that's a guarantee. And just as an extra tip, try to have as clean technique as possible throughout all the reps, because if you can do 5 clean reps with the red band, that means your bodyweight muscle ups will also be clean. And don't forget to do your weighted pull-ups, either on the lat pull-down machine or regular weighted pull-ups, with the same technique as the muscle up, elbows facing forward, and do them as heavy as you can for 3 to 5 reps for 2 to 3 sets, 2 days per week. And I also offer muscle up coaching if you feel stuck in your muscle up journey, and you can just email me. My email is in the description below, and just tell me a little bit about yourself, your current muscle up status, and we'll take it from there. And I really look forward to helping you get your first bodyweight muscle up.